All right, so now we're back. And this is going to be the spoiler version.
Yes.
Or the spoiler continued. So, one of the things that I loved is that it wasn't... The fight scenes weren't so much like in episodes 1, 2, and 3, which is blah, 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 blah. I wanted to have a seizure a couple of times during episode 3.
Well, not just that, but they looked so choreographed.
Oh, God, it was.
It was almost like they were dancing rather than actually...
Well, I mean, I've read reviews and seen... I've read reviews about it, and they actually said that it was like dancing. They choreographed so much that it was like a scene from a stage performance.
Yeah,
and that's what it really was. It
was kind of like rough. It didn't really look like too like professional because I mean, it's like she picks up the lightsaber and it's like neither of them I've ever handled one before. So there's kind of like this
you have Finn who's never handled a lightsaber. You have Rey who's never handled a lightsaber, and
there's that rough, just kind of like
they don't know what they're doing, but they're just rah rah, and it's they're just going at it. But I mean, Rey, when she starts to focus and she is powerful with the Force. Mm-hmm. She definitely is powerful with the Force because she is learning so quickly. Yes. I mean, you think you have
which did you notice that she started to discover the Force within herself right when she's in the hands of Kylo Ren?
Yeah. Well, my theory, and I'm pretty sure I'm fucking right, is that these two, yes, we all know that they birthed Kylo Ren, which they actually named him Ben. I think that's an homage to Ben Kenobi.
Of course.
So they have him, but what they're not telling everybody, that the writers are holding back for episode 8, is that Rey is actually Ben's sister. Not just sister, twin sister. Mm-hmm. So that's why when she had never heard about the Force, right? She didn't. I mean, every time somebody said something about the Resistance, she was like, "What? The Force? What?" And then all of a sudden, she's been captured by this guy. Why would he have any interest in her? Oh wait, she saw the map, but there was something else. Every time he was around her, he was like, kind of, what? There's something going on. I feel something. He takes her. And he starts probing her, and then all of a sudden she's like, boom! I'm just back. She starts pushing back, and he can't do what he can. He's trained. He is powerful with the Force, and he is very, very well trained. And he is way more powerful than we've ever seen a Jedi or a Sith. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've all seen all 6 episodes so far, and this guy stops a fucking laser blast.
Yes.
Now, mind you, in the past they couldn't do that with the technology. I mean, they probably could have in episodes 1, 2, and 3, but nobody ever did that, right? Yes. So he stops the laser blast, and then he goes around talking to people and fucking around with people. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's so fucking powerful. Yeah. But then you have...
Yeah, he can hold a conversation whilst holding a laser blast. Just
still. And also he holds her.
Yeah.
And she's fighting. She's fighting. She's struggling. And he's just walking around her, holding his lightsaber, talking to her, having a cup of tea. He doesn't even have
to concentrate.
No, he's so fucking powerful. And then she's just like... and she fights back. And then continues to grow. Her powers continue to grow. And she's just like... I mean, during the scene when she escapes from the prison, she doesn't even... It's like, nobody ever showed her that.
Yeah.
Nobody taught her how to do any of this. She didn't even know that she could mind force somebody to do something, bend their will to her whim, and she forces the stormtrooper to do that. That was epic.
Now, you had an interesting about this picture in particular, the poster that we've all seen.
So, shall I say it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can if you want to. So again, with the whole spoiler alert with these two being twins, we have good and evil right here, 2 sides of the same coin. He has his saber, she has her staff. I mean, it's just the symmetry, and I just don't think it's a coincidence. I think that is a clear reference to the two of them being siblings, and the fact that she just came out there so forcefully once she came in contact with her brother. Mm-hmm. Another scene was when Han Solo takes the two of them into the temple to see the woman, and I forget her name, but the woman asks Han Solo, "Tell me about the girl," and immediately they cut to Rey walking over to Finn because Finn's wanting to leave, and so I just think it's too much of a coincidence that they're not saying anything. I really believe that in the next episode,
Yes.
we're going to have the reveal.
Absolutely. And we got the other huge event in here, unfortunately, and that is Mr. Han Solo is no longer going to be with us. Sad. If you've seen the original trilogy or A New Hope, you should have seen this coming.
If you didn't see this coming, if you did not see that Han Solo bites it,
yes,
you were 5 years old and have never seen any of these movies.
Yes, when I saw how much it was kind of homaging to A New Hope, Episode 4 in particular, and once they got onto that base, because, it's the same thing, they got to take out the big fucking thing, and there's only one area, and they're inside, I was like, Han Solo's going to be the Obi-Wan Kenobi of this movie. He's going to be the one who gets taken down. When Han and Leia kind of embrace right before he leaves, try to bring our son back, you're like, it's coming. I know it's coming.
So let's really quick, let's look at the coincidence, or the similarities, excuse me. Okay. So let's look at the similarities really quick between A New Hope and The Force Awakens, right? So, start out on a desert planet.
Yep. We'll start out first. You have the massive ship.
The massive ship, yes.
Coming in,
but
with
with the primary characters, we start out in
the
a desert planet.
We even got that kind of the landscape shot with the kind of sun just as it's setting,
absolutely.
that kind of blurred sun.
So you have that similarity. The main character doesn't know anything about the Force, doesn't know anything. I mean, Luke actually knew about the Rebels. He just was so far removed from everything that he wasn't a part of it. So let's see, what else? You have
Han Solo who's on the run with Chewie.
Han Solo's on the run with Chewie. But Han Solo takes on, like you said, the Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of character where
because he's now way more knowledgeable of stuff than he was previously, because previously the Force was just a magic kid stories, and of course now, after everything that he's been through, he knows exactly what the hell's going on.
But you also have Finn, who gets wrapped up in everything, and he tries to get away from everything, but he ends up coming back at the end.
Yes.
And that also happens. Han Solo gets wrapped up in everything. He tries to get away and then comes back in the end. Mm-hmm. He pulls a rabbit out of the hat and saves the day.
Yes.
And that's what Finn does. You also have the Death Star from A New Hope, which is this giant, epic, never before seen presence in the universe.
I thought it was really cool, just the idea that it entirely sucks a sun.
Oh God!
And uses that as power.
So you have the Death Star, and then you have the planet. What did they call it?
I don't remember.
I don't remember what they fucking called this thing, but this
fucking thing right here
is not the size of a moon like the Death Star was. It is the size of a planet, a large planet, and like Brian said, and I'm sure that you've seen this movie already, it absorbs the sun, so it clearly can move. Mm-hmm. The whole thing about that was like really weird, like the whole like scientific, I want to talk to an astrophysicist and talk to him or her about how that would function in reality, because they shoot. So obviously it was at another sun, because it blasted the system out of existence, and then it's not right next to another sun, so it sucked all of that sun out, right? Mm-hmm. So it clearly it can move.
Yes.
So anyway, the similarities you have the characters, how they are introduced. One character, how he dies and what he represents. You also have the rebel base, the tax, the moon-size Death Star, and also the planet-size system destroyer. I mean, so my point to this is that I believe with the next episode and the episode following, we're going to see a lot of similarities with
Absolutely.
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes
and
Back.
Return of the Jedi.
I don't know if I'm sure some of you have seen. J.J. Abrams has already said that he's read the script for Episode 8, and he is actually really jealous that he is not going to be directing that one.
Oh,
He
why?
said, "Yeah,
Why aren't they? Why are they having J.J. Abrams did a great job on this one?
because you gotta get other people
Yeah, fair enough.
into it." But I think I would have because I mean, obviously, Return of the Jedi, we end with the Empire being destroyed.
Well, the
And-
Emperor being
Well,
destroyed.
the Emperor being destroyed and the Jedi taking over. But then it seems we kind of go back now to the Jedis are now back to being the underlings and this new entity, it's not the Republic, it's
the first
it's like the Lords of the... Who takes over for the Empire after?
the First Reich or something like that. Oh my god. The whole like there's no undertone about this. This is pure
Nazi symbolism.
pure and simple Nazi Fourth Reich symbolism. I mean, Third Reich. This is the Fourth Reich right here. This is just ridiculous. I mean, there's a whole scene where the commander is giving this epic speech about how they're going to destroy the Republic. And they fucking destroy the entire system. They destroy every single planet in that system where the Republic was. I mean, just one fell swoop, boom, Republic's gone. And when he finishes his speech, all of the fucking stormtroopers
Just...
they don't do the Heil Hitler, but they throw their fists up. They throw their fists. That's pretty damn close.
That's pretty damn close.
I mean, I'm
they're
not
even like if you watch the old Nazi propaganda movies, they're
lined
like sectioned
up
in like the squares.
It is pure.
They got the symbol sign hanging from the giant banner.
It is pure and simple.
It's pretty blatant. I felt like after the end of Return of the Jedi have won. The Emperor has been destroyed, and then we kind of just go back to the Jedi being kind of the underdog, and now the First Order is now the giant entity. And I feel like there was just like kind of a...
Well,
it's like, but the Jedi won. Why are they suddenly back to...
Well, it's not so much
this?
The Jedi didn't win. The Jedi had a resurgence. There were no Jedi. Or at least there weren't any Jedi that were in the open. Because the Emperor and the Empire...
Again, I'm not a Star Wars freak. I don't know every single goddamn detail about this, so bear with me.
Well, I am not a freak of Star Wars, but I do know a few things.
No, but he's probably seen it more times than I have.
So. But no, so they wipe out... Episode 3, they wipe out the Jedi Order.
Mm-hmm.
So in A New Hope, Jedi are borderline extinct. And with Luke, he's the first Jedi in a generation.
Mm-hmm.
So he tries to rebuild the Jedi, and shit goes wrong. And so he is gone off to find the original Jedi temple. So with The Force Awakens, this is A New Hope times 10 kind of thing.
Okay.
This is going to be not just a resurgence of the Jedi Order. Jedi. It's going to be a resurgence of the Jedi Order. It's going to be the rebirth of the. It's going to be the rebirth of the balance to the Force. Right now, the dark side is definitely in control of everything because we had the Empire. Now we have the First Order. But in the 30 years that take place between the end of Return of the Jedi and
beginning of
this, they don't. They haven't said anything yet. I do believe that they're probably going to reference back to a lot of the stuff now that she's met Luke. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to talk about that, and he's probably going to give some. I mean, well, remember when she had she touched the lightsaber, and all of a sudden she has. So there's a scene where he puts his hand up on R2-D2, and we've all seen the commercial for it.
Trailers.
So I believe that scene is she's having a premonition given to her by the Force, and so she's going to be sitting there talking to Luke, and Luke's going to explain everything. And we've all heard the what was it, the first teaser trailer where Luke sits there and he's like, "I had it, my father had it, my sister has it, and you have it." Mm-hmm. And there's another thing. There's another thing that helps my point about her being Han and Leia's daughter.
Yes.
My sister had it, and you have it.
But yeah, back to the big shocker, Han Solo dying. It's sad. Absolutely.
But again, you had to be 5 or never see.
You see it
any
coming.
movie.
Still, I feel like it would have been more powerful if the relationship between him and Kylo Ren, his son, had been maybe developed a little more.
Yeah.
Like, I almost could have seen that as more of a episode 8 scene, more so than an episode 7 scene where we're kind of being reintroduced and kind of brought back into this universe and what's going on during this time. I feel like maybe...
Or at the very least, give a few more lines of dialogue between the two of them.
Yeah, because it's like you're more just going on like, oh, okay, he's his son, rather than, you know, like being able to have that story develop a little more before that, you know, shocker happens type thing. So, I mean, that was my one, you know, kind of gripe. I don't know, what do you think?
No, I agree. I do wish that they would have drawn it out a little bit more. I mean, why should we? I mean, obviously, we all know why we should care about Han Solo dying, but why should I care and give a shit about the relationship between the two of them when we really haven't developed anything? I mean, I see and I understand the why, but again, we haven't been given enough to really care. But I do believe that with the next episode that they're going to bring the brother and sister element together, and it's kind of like the reverse of what happened with Luke and Leia. I mean, they were on the same side. They fought together side by side, and they learned the truth about who they are to each other. This one, they're opposing sides. And they're going to learn the truth about each other. And I think they're going to learn the truth. She's going to learn the truth, I think, from Luke, and he's going to learn the truth from the Supreme Leader. I think that either he's supposed to go finish his training with the Supreme Leader. So that's kind of like a throw to Luke, where he's supposed to go to Dagobah in episode 5. So in episode 8, he's going to go to whatever planet and train with the Supreme Leader, and she's now with Luke, and she's going to train with Luke. So again, a lot of similarities with The Force Awakens and A New Hope. So whatever the next episode's going to be, I believe it's going to have a lot of similarities with Empire Strikes Back.
Which hopefully, because Empire seems to be, in most people's opinion,
the best one ever.
Star Wars ever. So
I really hope that they pull out all their cards and lay them on the table and just do an epic job.
I can't say how much I appreciated the fact that they actually used real places to film than that final scene.
Oh my god.
She's on that island. It's like, it's just that throwback just to the fucking trilogies, and just nothing looked like real.
Like episode 1, 2, and 3, nothing looked real. It looked even like the grassy knoll that they were on when they were like making out in the field. And what the fuck were those things, like anteater buffalo things?
I don't know.
What the fuck, dude?
But it just made me appreciate it, that it's like, oh yeah, it actually looks like a place.
Yeah, I mean,
somewhere it looks like
as an actor, there's only so much I can do in front of a green screen. But you give me a location, you put me in a location, and holy shit, I can be that character 10 times better because I feel. I can feel the wind in my face. I can feel the grass beneath my feet. I am there.
Yeah.
And give the actors that realism, and you're gonna get 10 times better performance.
But I thought it was really good how they ended, because kind of like Rey is now with Luke now.
Finn is hurt.
Yeah, Finn is hurt. They're kind of separated now. They kind of really gave themselves room for episode, I guess it's going to be 8, yeah. To kind of start, wherever. It's not like there was enough cliffhanger that they're going to have to pick it up right where episode 7 ended.
And you're really not going to have to explain anything. Yeah,
the text scrolls are basically going to fill you in with what you need to know that has happened in between these two, and you can really just start it off like... wherever.
I hope that they've already started production.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
I don't want to wait fucking... What was the distance between episode 4 and 5? I don't want to wait fucking 8 years or whatever. I mean, different time, different technologies, of course, but...
Which I think is a whole different director thing, is, so
yeah,
they can already be working on this movie while they're finishing up
yeah.
this one.
But man, oh man, expect big things for the next episode, and expect big things for these two. Oh my God, we almost forgot Kylo Ren. Holy shit! When he is so scary. His voice, his mask, his presence, his body language is so scary and menacing and intimidating. And then he takes off his helmet, and I'm like, oh sweetheart. You're so cute. I just want to cover your cheeks. I just went, put your helmet back on, please. Yep. Put your helmet back on. He is so... I think,
oh
my God.
Yeah, but I kind of like that though, because he's kind of such like this menacing, and you just see the mask, and for him to pull it off, and you just see that he's just this young guy.
He's a kid. He looks no older than her.
He's Han and Leia's son.
No older, maybe 5 minutes older than her.
But he's Han and Leia's son, and you kind of see like this young guy who was, yes, probably at one point good, and has just gone over to the dark side.
Oh yeah.
And I thought I really liked how they did that, though. You have to, like, now every time you see him with the mask, you have to remember what's underneath.
Yeah.
Now.
I was expecting. I mean, I kind of knew that he wasn't gonna need the mask. The mask wasn't a necessity.
Yeah.
You see the scene. We've all seen the scene on the commercials, and they show the scene in the movie where he's talking to the helmet of Darth Vader, and I think for him wearing the mask is him trying to emulate Darth Vader. I absolutely believe that that's what they were going for, and that's what he's trying to do too. And I think the mask is super intimidating. It's an awesome mask.
Absolutely.
But he's a good-looking kid underneath. But in the next episode, he got pretty fucked up there at the end. He got stabbed a couple of times. He got cut a couple of times. His face is gonna be scarred. So he's gonna.
No, but I'm really interested because, as we know, the big
Supreme Leader.
The Supreme Leader. But I'm interested because the Supreme Leader, he kind of gives that final, bring him to me for his
final training.
And it's like, whoa, what is this going to entail?
Oh, I love that when you first see the Supreme Leader, you don't realize that it's a hologram. And it's this giant creature. And I'm like, holy shit, where have you been hiding in all 6 episodes? And then you see it's a hologram, and after that I'm just like, okay, he's gonna be normal size. When you actually meet him, he's going to be normal size. He is a megalomaniac of a character. He wants to be intimidating and daunting. If he ever went to a restaurant with friends and family, he would ask for the biggest chair that they had. He would rather sit on a stool and be 2 feet higher than everybody else than sit on a chair with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess wrap it up.
Yeah.
So one more thing, if you've seen it, if you've seen the movie, you know that I forget her name, but I know her as Brienne of Tarth because she's from Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
She had a very short scene, or a short couple of scenes, very very short camera time.
I didn't even know it was her. I remembered that she was going to be in the movie, but I only remember that after you kind of pointed out that was in fact her voice.
Yeah. Well, her screen time was very limited, and they left her somewhere. They didn't actually kill her. They dumped her down a trash chute or something.
Yes.
So we don't know if she got out, which I'm assuming that she will, and I wholeheartedly believe that she will be back in the next episode.
Big way.
In a big way, because you don't get an actor like that to play a leader of badass stormtroopers, and these stormtroopers are badass.
Oh yeah.
You don't get a leader like that and an actor like that for 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes of screen time.
No FaceTime at all.
And no
either,
FaceTime either. You know, she's going to come back and she's going to be a big ass character in the next movie. I guarantee it. I put my money on it.
There we go.
But anyway, so this has been our review on Star Wars The Force Awakens. We both think that it's an epic movie. Awesome. I will probably go see it again in the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
And I guarantee you this is going to be one of those movies that's going to be sitting in theaters for 6 months.
Yep.
We're not going to see this on DVD or
somewhere.
Blu-ray for another 8 or 9 months. I mean, this is going to be, and I'm not talking about like at $3 theaters. This is going to be still at major theaters for the next 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I loved it. I'm going to go see it again, and you better freaking believe I'm going to get this on Blu-ray the minute it comes out. Brian, any thoughts? Last thoughts?
Nope.
So there you go. We give it, and you know what? We liked it so much we even went and saw it in 3D. And you know how much we hate 3D. We hate 3D movies, and we saw it in 3D. I still don't recommend 3D, but we saw it in 3D. So love it. Go see it. And I think that's about it. I think we're wrapping up here. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for putting up with 20 minutes of this, because this is probably bullshit and you guys are bored shitless of listening to us. So, yeah, even the computer's bored of us. So, cheers. And until next time, keep her sleazy.